dealing with workplace harassment? That's a big one.
Well, yeah, workplace harassment. I mean, I don't think that you're able to turn on the news or open up a newspaper recently and not find out or read stories about workplace harassment, workplace issues, bosses mistreating employees or employees mistreating each other. And in my practice, virtually every day I speak with people that are victims, if you will, John, of workplace harassment, people that have been mistreated. And it doesn't have to be sexual harassment. It could be other types of non-sexual harassment. And the law is very clear. An employee should not be the victim, should not be put in a position where they're the victim of workplace harassment. And if you have been harassed, mistreated, whether it's sexually or otherwise, you have rights and you have options. One option may be to treat your employment as being terminated. This is what we call a constructive dismissal. You don't have to take being harassed, and if you are put in that situation, you can say, enough is enough, I'm going to leave with severance. There may be other options. There could be human rights options. At a minimum, we may be able to get your company to deal with this issue. Remember, an employer has to take these issues very seriously. That means they have to investigate, they have to take measures to fix the problem, and if they don't, the law does come down fairly hard on employers. So when you're dealing with workplace harassment, don't suffer quietly. In fact, I've seen so many situations, John, where people did not do anything about workplace harassment, and it got so bad that now they had to go off on a medical leave. They were suffering from depression and anxiety and insomnia. So it impacted their health to the point that they couldn't work. Don't let it get to that. If you're struggling with workplace harassment, we can fix the problem or get you out of that bad situation. It's so important to get legal advice.
Does it change at all if it's, say, a small company and there's no HR department and it's actually the boss who's harassing you?
You know, and that is always a question that I get is, well, you know, Lior, you tell me to talk to someone, but it's the boss, it's the president, it's the owner of the company that's doing the harassing. Well, the reality is, John, if it's the boss that's harassing you and there's no one to talk to, then talking to anyone is going to be a waste of time. At that point, we have to deal with it externally. And what I mean is, we may have to just get you out of there with compensation so that you can leave, find another job, or hopefully you're mistreated or not mistreated, treated much better, and get you the compensation that you're owed. So just because there's no one to talk to, just because it's the boss, the owner, the president of the company that's harassing you, does not mean that you're stuck, does not mean you don't have options. There's a lot of options, and it starts by making a call.
Lost your job? Employment law myth number 9.
I can just call the labor board instead of a lawyer.
Fact: the labor board cannot help an employee get their full entitlements. Always go to employmentlawyer.ca and check with the employment lawyer first.